I keep going on with these videos, I keep thinking to myself, oh, maybe I should add this and add that. There's quite a few other things that I've not discussed. This gets kind of lengthy on some stuff, but I did think that food sensitivity is a big issue. And food sensitivities happen because of the changes in the microbiome, so how the gut's expressing things, mostly through the immune system. And then all of a sudden you get these very strange um, reactions to foods that you used to be able to consume. Now you can't consume them. And most of it, again, is caused by immune system activation. So the gut gets disrupted. So let's say there is a pathogenic invasion, and it changes the microbiome, as that long article described, and then all of a sudden it starts disrupting immune responses, and the next thing you know, after you eat something, you're feeling not so well, and that could come in a lot of different ways. You could get bloating or nausea. This article seems to indicate, which is true, it's brain fog, fatigue, headaches, joint pain, digestive issues, and so likely there's some type of food sensitivity, which is a little bit different than a food allergy. I think they would describe a food allergy as being a pretty severe type of reaction, whereas sensitivity is a little bit more softer. Um, you can find stuff like raised blood pressures and stuff like that. But it's a pretty good article, actually. This Amy Myers, MD, fatigue, brain fog, joint pain, headaches, eczema, rashes, stomach aches, acid reflux, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, behavioral issues, which is interesting. You see that a lot with the autism, mostly between the gut-brain axis. So she's indicating that elimination diet, so stopping groupings, usually you're looking for groupings. And she lists a few things here. Most common inflammatory foods, gluten, which, everybody's pretty aware of that now. Dairy, I had a lot of problems with dairy, particularly fresh dairy, so not like aged cheeses. That doesn't cause problems. The fresh dairy contains a lot of lactose, and they call it a secondary lactose deficiency. So milk and cream and sour cream and cream cheese, soft cheeses, those are all fresh dairy because they contain high amounts of lactose. And by the way, like yogurt and kefir, excuse me, does not contain that. It's a reduced amount of lactose, so you shouldn't have any problem with that. Corn, I've known problem people. I have a problem with corn, particularly if it's organic corn, then I'm okay with it. If it's the corn found in most products, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup presents a lot of problems. And then she's going on with soy, eggs, nightshades, citrus, yeast. Could be beans, rice, could be a lot of different things. And, you pay attention to some of those things. I've known that a lot of people with COVID now, a lot of people report problems with eggs. I'm not sure what's going on there. But one way to be able to, let's see if I can get back to that, is pulse testing. And pulse testing, rather than going through like a laboratory, you can do this at home. So pulse testing is getting a baseline, what your pulse rate normally is, and then after you consume the food, says right here, do this test 1 to 2 hours after eating or drinking, and then retest the pulse and see how much higher it is. So the idea is that if it is a reactive food, then it boots up the immune response, and as a result of booting up the immune response, then your pulse rises. So that might be a good way of doing it. You can also purchase these pulse oximeters, which measure, they're actually pretty accurate too, and they're pretty cheap, 15, $20, and it measures both the oxygen levels, but it also measures your pulse, and I think they're pretty accurate. And I think for that price, it's worth it. I have problems trying to find my pulse, but those little devices are pretty handy.